the opportunity since taking over in May to really go to all of the corners of our organization, East Coast, West Coast, even out to Japan. I guess the one thing that keeps coming back to me over and over again is just the commitment of our folks that are out there. Our people, they really want to make a contribution and they want to know how they can contribute more. In August we talked about speed, we talked about readiness, we talked about our people, we talked about our relationships. And if I'm looking at it from a big picture standpoint and where we're going next, I think our folks are very interested in moving towards an organizational structure that gets us to be able to accomplish those. And that's the mission-aligned organization that we've been talking about. So from a big picture standpoint, I think we're doing good there because we've got some energy behind that. From a performance standpoint, we're also starting to see some positive trends. At our fleet readiness centers, we've brought in some experts from the commercial aviation industry. They're showing us how to do things a little bit better from a major repair and overhaul standpoint. And we're already starting to see increased production at our depot lines, reduced back orders, reduced turnaround time, so that's very good. We also have some really good examples of disruptive technology coming out of our warfare centers. So I'm very pleased about that, and I think we're heading in the right direction. Senior leadership has been pretty clear. Their expectations are be aggressive and don't wait. And right now, we have to do that. I mean, we're still fielding equipment that have components on them that are failing at 1/10 of what their design is. And if you're in an E2D and you're in an alert mission, high-end fight, and your equipment is required and it's failing, the key components of your mission equipment are failing, then that's just not good. And that's what we really need to change, and that's why there is urgency associated with speed and readiness. One of the things in particular that we want to go after is quality, right? The quality of our delivered products. First of all, we want to eliminate any quality escapes associated with what we repair organically, with what our sister services repair for us organically, and what gets repaired out of the commercial aviation industry. And then we want to dramatically decrease those quality issues that we're seeing on new aircraft and new weapon systems that are delivered. We know where we need to go. Now we're at the point of figuring out, okay, how do we make this better? How do we, no kidding, greatly reduce those quality issues and then completely eliminate the quality escapes on the repairs? Opportunities for improvement kind of start with where you put your resources. We've got a little bit of an imbalance right now between folks that are directly supporting programs and folks that are indirectly supporting programs. So I think one of our big opportunities is to rebalance that. We want to put more of our really experienced folks in direct support of programs and mission. So that's where I think we're going to go next. I really want us to get behind the mission-aligned organization. And I'll talk just a little bit about that. We know what it needs to look like. We want to take the good things that are associated with our current organization, those things, with workforce development, some of the processes that we've developed that we know are tried and true. We want to keep those. But then we also want to put the focus on the mission, rebalance, and in so doing, we're going to be able to apply maximum effort towards those mission areas that are giving us the most problems. So where do we go in 2019? We get that underway. By March, we want to be operating under this new organizational construct. This is not my dictation of what the organization needs to look like. We've engaged our command leadership team. We've brought in our entry-level employees. We brought in folks from the leader development program. We've brought in our black belts. So this is a cross-section of our organization that's coming together to define what this organization looks like. What does it look like when you come out of it? I think you see NAVAIR headquarters retaining those corporate functions that are required by Title X and by other instructions. And you see more emphasis and more resources at the command level, at the PEOs, at our warfare centers, at the FRC. But you still want to retain some best practices, some standards, some tools and things like that. And we'll be able to deploy that, but we're not going to direct things out of NAVAIR headquarters. NAVAIR headquarters is going to be here to make sure that the commands are successful in their mission. As we change, we all know that change can be difficult. just take the time to understand what it's about. We've been communicating via NAVAIR Connect. Take the opportunity to provide your opinion and then just kind of embrace it. That's what I would ask from the workforce.